In today's episode, I'll show you how to prepare microscope images so that they look more professional and clearer. If you're into microphotography, biology, or simply love exploring the world up close, this video is for you. First, I'll try to answer the question, why is creating a good microscope image such a challenge? Microscope images follow their own rules. We're dealing with a very shallow depth of field, meaning only a small part of the image can be in focus at any given time. That's why a single photo is often not enough to capture the whole object we're observing. Additionally, lighting, reflections, dust on slides, or even slight image shifts can cause so-called artifacts, which distort the true appearance of the sample. The solution to this problem is focus stacking. It's a technique where we combine multiple photos of the same scene, each taken with a different focus point. This allows us to create a single image that's sharp from front to back. So, what software is worth checking out if we want to create one image from multiple focus layers? I'd like to start with one of the most popular options, Helicon Focus. After uploading the photos we want to use, we need to choose one of the stacking methods. Method A creates a weighted average of pixels based on contrast. I use it less often, but it's the best for preserving natural color and contrast. Method B is the one I use the most. It selects the sharpest pixels and builds a depth map. It requires the images to be taken in order, meaning the focus point needs to move gradually across the frame. Method C uses a pyramid-based approach, splitting image signals into high and low frequencies. It works well for photos of objects taken with reflected light. Once you've chosen the method and hit render, the software analyzes the stack and creates a single image, which you can then save. Another interesting program for stacking images is Photoshop. Even though it's not specifically designed for this task, it can still do a decent job. The downside is that it's slower, and the final result isn't always perfect. Still, I've used it, for example, to create this image of a fungus gnat. To make a sharp image in Photoshop, start by going to File, Scripts, and Load Files into Stack. After selecting the images, click OK. Next, select All Layers and go to Edit and Auto-Align Layers, using the Auto method. This helps eliminate any small shifts. Then go to Edit and Auto-Blend Layers, choose Stack Images, and click OK. Now Photoshop will process the stack to create one composite image. This can sometimes take quite a while. Thanks to the magic of editing, it only took a second for you, and now you can see the result. On the right, in the Layers panel, you can see which parts were chosen as the sharpest and used to build the final photo. The result isn't as precise as in Helicon Focus, but for basic tasks, it's more than enough. For example, in this fly photo, you can see some small shifts near the wing and tiny hairs on the head. Photoshop is also great when you want to combine several photos of a larger object that doesn't fit in the frame. You can photograph individual sections, enhance each with focus stacking, and then merge them into one large image. After a few touch-ups, like background cleanup or replacement, you'll end up with a complete image of your subject. The last example is a free program called DLTCam Viewer, which you can download from the manufacturer's website. Start by clicking Open File and selecting the images you want to use for focus stacking. The images will open in several windows at the top of the screen, each marked with a different color. Next, click the EDF button. Select your photos and click Next. Now choose a method. I selected maximum contrast. I leave the additional settings as they are and continue. A window called Auto Alignment will appear. I choose Shift and Scale. When I used None in the past, I often had problems with major image shifts. Here, I'm showing an example of an image processed without auto alignment. As you can see, the result isn't great. So this time, I chose Shift and Scale and clicked Finish. The software will now begin creating a single, clearer image. I don't use this program very often, so if the result isn't satisfying, I recommend experimenting with the settings to find what works best for you. If you enjoyed the episode, leave a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Do you use focus stacking? What software do you prefer? Maybe you know an easier method than the ones I've shown today? See you under the microscope.